right. Last time we played Elder Scrolls RPG, we ventured further into the desert with our NPC Naomi, a wise woman who was attempting to lead the way. And Wynn slowly became more familiar with the area. At one point, you guys saw a storm, like a haboob, as they are called in some places, off in the distance. They're called haboobs. I swear. And it was going the other direction. No big worry there. But that night, while people were hanging out around the campfire and the other NPC, Dulavir, the young, scrawny Redguard, was playing on his little bone flute, the storm rolled right in over top of you guys. Needed to find some cover. Luckily, there was a nearby dwarven ruin that you guys went to, hung out there for a bit, and decided to explore around, where you found a bunch of stuff. And I totally forgot. I just realized I totally forgot to do the loot list. Blame Christmas. I just didn't think about it at all. Whoops. We'll do that later. Where you guys found some stuff down in there. The big thing, there was the big dwarven centurion that you guys used the ballista and dragged it over and aimed it and got it to fire. It was shenanigans. Defeated the centurion, which I wasn't expecting. Like, I honestly set that up and like tried to be like, all right, I'm going to take away Christina's sword to imply that the way to get through this is not to necessarily fight. But you know what? You guys, I mean, it was clever. That was the whole point. You guys figured out a way. Wynn used her head. It was fantastic. You found the resonance chamber in the ruin and broke the string, plucked it. There was power and energy that went throughout the thing. The factory came back to life a little bit, though it was broken and wasn't working properly. Then I think you guys left and came up to the top, and that's where pretty much we ended it. Naomi, also she had worked on, did a little medicaling on you. Says that they're about a day's, it's not too far out of your way. There is an oasis that you could go to. She says, no, that's exactly what she says. Not far out of our way is an oasis, a relatively large oasis that it would serve a dual purpose. Wynn and I and Dulavir could journey to the center, as many of our wise women have done, and instruct them and test them. And you can drink from the waters of the oasis that have medicinal properties, and it may remove some of your greater injuries. Oh no, they're only hearing me? What happened? What did I do? Well, they haven't said anything super important yet.
He's been very good, except for when he eats his own poop, and sometimes other dogs' poop, and sometimes cat poop.
There we go.
In theory, that means that there is something missing from his diet. You could try feeding him bananas and see if that helps.
Bananas?
I am not a dog person, but I have heard that you can find what they're missing by feeding them bananas, and if they still eat other dogs' poop, you're gonna have to Google that, because that's the only wives' tale I have.
Well, I think they can hear us.
They can hear us now.
Welcome back.
Hey guys!
Just trying to be helpful. It's fine.
All right, so we're going to journey to a nearby oasis. Not too far out of the way, luckily.
Mm-hmm.
You come out of the dwarven ruin. The storm has passed. There's sand that's kind of a little bit built up around the entrance. Though I guess it would have been there anyway, because this place has been here for thousands of years. Doesn't matter. And it is early in the day. Your camels. One of them spits. One of them spits in Vale's face. That's what happens. Like, Vale, you're walking by, you're grabbing a thing, and it just like shoo, and you just get a glob right on your face.
But
Camels
why?
be like that. I heard it's good
They
luck.
do? Is it?
Anybody read this book, Pyramids, by Terry Pratchett?
As he holds the book upside down.
Oh, geez, I don't remember if I've read that one or not.
It's quite good. There's some camels in it.
Well, it's good that you spat in the face of the one person who might get that reference, so.
And he definitely needs all the luck he can get, so.
I wipe my face off calmly, but stand a little bit further away from the camel.
The camel in the book is called You Bastard. It's pretty good.
It's a good name for a camel.
Yeah, and he's the best mathematician in the world, I think.
Sweet.
Freaking Terry Pratchett, man.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, I guess to be completely in character, I should probably make sure that the birch loss is between me and the camel.
Just scooches around.
Fantastic.
Great.
Good
Good
you know
job.
what? The camel seems to like you, Bertolus. It seems to get
Hey.
along with you.
As you're wheezing with your destroyed body.
He's fine.
It is still a little hard to breathe, yes.
He's fine.
Why does it hurt every time I take a deep breath?
It's called
It's a
life.
No, this is a sharp, piercing pain.
Once
Try not to
again,
breathe too deeply.
I
Don't
refer
laugh.
to my previous answer.
What
He's just a bitter old man. Don't worry about it.
what were the what consequences you were rocking there? I know I can't remember.
Oh, I have a smashed shoulder and some crushed ribs.
Glad Bodhi knows what I'm looking at her.
So you journey through the desert.
Yep.
With camels and some NPCs and a very silent wind.
I'll purposefully walk next to Win, but not initiate conversation.
And maybe she seems her Naomi had a conversation and she seems quieter for whatever reason. So. We'll figure it out later. We'll retcon it. And you you kind of come up above. You can almost already tell that there's something up ahead on the horizon because there's like the water evaporating from the oasis makes this little, not enough to really make a cloud per se, but like you can tell that there's stuff on the air coming off of this oasis as you kind of crest a rise. Crest a rise? Is that the come over the crest of a rise of a ridge? And you see, and it's actually quite a large oasis. There's trees and bushes and maybe some wildlife gathered. You can even maybe, it's hard to tell that, but there might be like a small island at the center of the water. Who's going? Roll perception.
Oh boy, gotta remember how to do this now. It's been a little bit.
There they are. There we go.
I done a good.
Did great.
All right. So you guys, you come down into this oasis, and you. I'm doing this out of order. It's okay. You start making your way around, and Razor, you notice a slight trail of blood.
Hmm.
You kind of step over red drips that lead towards the oasis, or towards one of that direction.
I'm gonna follow it.
I'm very much distracted by the beauty of the oasis, and I wander that direction instead.
Zarasa,
Uh-huh.
Dean, you open your eyes, and you hear footsteps not far off. What do you do?
Groan and slowly get up and find a good place to hide.
Roll sneak.
Oh, he's good at sneak.
So, Razor and Vale, the two of you leading the way. You step. There's a little bit of not a peninsula, a small area of land that kind of pushes out into the water, and even maybe the water looks pretty shallow as it goes out towards this. There's a center island out there that's kind of surrounded by trees. And on the sandy rocks is the blood leads up right to that spot, and then there is a more lots more blood, and then nothing else there that you immediately notice.
I'll proceed to look around.
Okay. Vale, what do you do?
Something's around here. That was injured fairly recently.
Did you? Vale, I don't know if you even noticed the blood.
I mean, other than what Razor is saying, I haven't. So I was still going to head down to the water of the oasis and revel in its beauty.
Okay, so you wander up a little further and you look at the way, and then you would notice the blood as you kind of walk forward a little further. Bertolus and Neo.
I'm following Vale to make sure he doesn't drown watching all this beauty.
Okay, you see the blood. I think you probably noticed the blood pretty quick on. You got a 3 on your perception there. So you see the larger pile there. Neo?
I'm a little distracted, just trying to figure out the vibe with these 2 red guards. But the blood will distract me enough. I'll get out my bow, but not make any specific movements. I'm waiting for one of the others to notice.
Okay. So Razor, with your 4 on your perception there. You're kind of looking through. You maybe move some leaves, some of these big palm leaves to the side, and like glance around. Like, oh, there's a tiny glob of blood here that went this direction, and it's fresh, very fresh. And you're like, what? It's so right around this area, and then you like look up a little ways, and like perched in like trying to meld in with the tree, the shadows, and behind some. You see an eye and this perched Khajiit. Go ahead and describe yourself, Dean.
Well, you see I mean, as much as you can see from kind of being hunched and hiding behind the tree, but you do get a look at his face a little bit, and he's got some like desert clothes kind of covering his partially covering his face. You can see he's kind of got a gray-green mottled fur, and you can definitely see his steel gray eyes watching you very closely.
Ooh.
And there's this picture that we found on the street.
Wow, that's very similar to a. Yeah, I might actually look at you kind of questioningly, and I might say Muzafa.
That is not my name.
Oh, I'm sorry, my apologies. I apologize for intruding, but are you injured?
I look around at everybody and then look back at you. Strange group that was sent.
Well, if you step out, we can tend to your injuries, if you'll allow us.
Sense motive, but maybe I'll roll a perception to see if I can figure out if
Speech
if
would
I
be a
even
good one
remotely
if you have
do.
speech.
I do have speech.
Speech would be like the empathy, detect lies, bluff, that sort of thing.
Okay. 1.
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Dean? What do they
the
want?
rest of them are kind of.
They do not look like the people we discussed.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that is actively armed.
Yeah. In fact, one of them doesn't have any weapons at all, and there's an elderly woman over there. And some camels.
Yeah. I descend from the tree. This is relevant. I'm going to see how well I descend from the tree.
Do you land on your feet?
They always land on their feet, Bodhi.
Okay. So I descend from the tree pretty well, although you may notice that I wince just a little bit as I come down.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put my bow away.
Mm-hmm.
I come out from behind the tree. Slowly
So does it
approaching.
look like this blood has come from him?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you can see my clothes are.
Yeah,
Kinda
he is injured, and I will I'll help him over to Vale.
Ah,
Another
Okay.
opportunity to practice your restoration magic.
for sure. I will see what the blessings of Mara can do for you today. And I will roll heal.
Just don't try anything funny there, Mr. Khajiit. As I grab my sword loosely.
Holding a bandage that is definitely not soaked in blood.
And a shoulder that looks useless.
Right.
Jesus.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's probably good enough to get rid of most of your stress, but not any consequences.
Yeah, so free up all your stress boxes, Dean.
Okay. Yeah, sure thing. All done.
Which, I mean, mostly means it just makes you feel good, but doesn't actually do any structural.
Right. You feel better, which is, hey, that's
You do.
That's
You
not
you. The young lad hits you with some healing energy, and you do feel much better.
Feels much better.
Rejuvenated.
Kind of take a deep breath in, which at that point you can definitely tell it kind of winces at that.
Mm-hmm.
You feel less tired, like you were feeling pretty like you're gonna pass out, and now you don't.
I know what that feels like.
Hey,
Maybe we
recognize
should.
that.
Maybe we should focus on getting you two to the pool.
All right, that was supposed to be healing.
Mm-hmm.
Healing powers.
Rumored.
You have not
We'll
tried
see.
the pool. You should. It is remarkably helpful.
Mm. Well, let's get you two into the pool then.
Oh, you just go have a bath?
So
One assumes.
yeah. You can bathe in it and drink it.
Well, what's our guide's name? I'll kind of look at her inquisitively.
Yeah. Naomi is her name. She says, wash yourself with the water and drink this tea. She goes into the bushes and grabs some leaves. You can mash these up and make a tea out of them.
All right, well, then I strip down to my chonies and I wade in.
It's some sort of alchemy thing.
That would get my interest.
Some sort of alchemy thing.
Me and my chonies? Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, I mean,
are
bathing in the pool
far
sounds great
too
after all this sand, so I'm in there too.
Wynn and Dulavir and Naomi, they're all gonna go out to the center island and hang out there privately. You guys can stay here on the shore. And so
I'm going to watch our new friend. Not like aggressively, but just passive observation. Nothing personal yet.
Okay, if he does any funny business, I'll make sure to give you a heads up. If he message me anything. Oh, speaking of.
Wait a minute.
So subtle.
I mean, Vale has lots of things he's gotta get across to me. Yeah. Is there a way? I wish there was a secret dice roller. That would be.
I mean, I can roll it in Roll20 instead of here and tell you
why
what I
would
got.
you? You're not the one who's rolling anything.
No, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
And neither is Dean.
Actually, one of the reasons I made channels for all of the Lords of Middle-earth, so they had a special channel for each one of them, so they could roll dice in there.
Yeah, for that specific purpose, yeah.
I mean, in addition to having conversations with them that were recorded and.
Right.
Easier spot to get to.
Mm-hmm.
Mysteries and intrigue this session. Who knows what could happen?
I know. Oh, I'm gonna dunk my head. See, I know what's going on. Time for a swim.
All right. Well, I guess I'll talk with Zarasa then.
fair enough.
Seeing as finding a random injured Khajiit in the Oasis is definitely something we need to talk about.
Well, I mean, this is a place you go when you're injured, right? So, like, that's not very surprising.
I mean,
Other injured people would be here.
I mean, it makes sense, yes, but the why is, even if he won't tell me, it doesn't matter. I'll ask anyway. So yeah, I'll sit next to Zarasa and offer him a drink.
He'll look at it warily, but he'll accept a drink.
So what brings you around here?
Work.
Besides the obvious being injured.
I mean, to the Oasis, it's the injury. I was in the area on work.
What kind of work?
Oh, specialized work. People hire me to do things.
Mm.
I love it. And I take it you got injured in your line of work?
I did. It didn't go according to plan.
Things in life rarely do.
I'm glad I didn't hear that.
But at least you're still alive. And we're lucky enough to run into us and get to the healing waters, so.
That is very true. And you have been most helpful.
I try.
I feel I must warn you. I believe that I will be followed, so I expect company soon. I do not believe they will be friendly to... They might not be friendly to anybody.
As long as we're all being honest here, we're not exactly safe ourselves. As
Splash.
we have people following us too, so.
We have something in common then.
Yeah. Seems to happen on occasion. Whether it's for the right or the wrong reasons.
Right? Normally I would be able to evade them fairly well, but this injury is kind of slowing me.
Well, until our business is concluded, you can stick around with us for a while. And if your pursuers or ours run into us, then perhaps we can help each other out.
I think that would be beneficial.
Mutually agreeable option.
Cool. I look over at the other elf. You any good with that bow?
Yes, I am.
Good.
Very good.
May come in handy.
For no reason in particular.
No reason in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right.
You doing okay?
Yeah. I'm enjoying the shit out of this.
The casual observing may or may not switch to active suspicious observing instead.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I'm super on board with Zarasa right now. It's because he's got you all riled up. Maybe for good reason, but we'll see.
I think Vale and Bertolus are completely oblivious to whatever the heck is going on with those three.
Yep.
I
guys
think that checks out.
Splish splash.
Ah, the folly of youth.
The folly of youth.
Or the joy. Who knows?
You could always join them,
Ignorance
Niolilphaneth.
is bliss.
I am uninjured from our last encounter.
And that means you don't swim?
I'm also uninjured, if that's relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Vale.
So you only swim with a purpose.
I only do most things with a purpose, Racer, as
Oh,
you
well.
might have noticed.
Well, then maybe you should learn water walk so you don't have to swim.
What purpose would that serve? I can already swim.
I mean, never mind.
I do believe actually we have 2 empty bottles. And if I can see that the waters are actually healing our companions, I will try to bottle some.
Hold on. I got an empty bottle for you. Here you go.
Do you want to rinse that first?
I mean, you're gonna fill it up with lake water. I assumed that you just rinse it out with lake water.
Healing Oasis water. Have you no respect for nature's miracles?
Oh, I've got plenty of respect, but I don't have time. Just leave the bottle here for you. I'll have another one for you soon.
I move across the oasis.
How far?
And another
out of
victory
sight?
for Razor.
Because the trees.
Not
in-
out of sight. I still want to be able to keep an eye on Zarasa, but I don't want to be near Razor.
Another victory for me. I gotta take him where I can get him.
Yeah. So, Bertolus, a veil. I wanna get your opinion on Neo. You don't have to. We don't have to do anything about it. But on Neo going off by herself. Does Vale notice or care or?
I'd say probably notices, but Neo does that stuff all the time, and right now we're just kind of relaxing. I mean, winds run off too, so I'm not too concerned about it at the moment. I also assume that I missed the whole conversation about other people coming to kill everybody, maybe. So yeah, no, I'm not too concerned about it.
Cool. So yeah, Bertolus and Zarasa, you find that washing in the water, bathing in it, yeah, good, does in fact, it like seeps into, it doesn't just, where you got cut, it doesn't just help to seal those wounds, though Vale's magic probably did that already. It like seeps into your body, and it, drinking some of it makes you feel better, and it does take some amount of time, but you can remove a consequence for bathing in the water and drinking some of its liquid
Just one?
goodness. Yeah, just one.
Moderate or severe?
You know what? I'm gonna leave that.
You
up
start
to
with the moderate? Oh, okay.
I was thinking I was going to start with the moderate, but it feels kind of arbitrary. Yeah.
We'll start with the moderate.
Seems like the most fair thing.
Cool.
Your shoulder feels better, but your ribs still hurt.
Shuddered breaths.
Ugh.
It feels much better.
So time passes. Zarasa, do you do anything shiesty? This doesn't
Depends
seem
what
like
you
it.
mean by shiesty.
No,
I
yeah.
come out of the water, I kind of go sit over next to a tree, and I just kind of watch out and in and everything.
So
Eventually, we'll come out of the water, and
yeah,
there's some tea for at least Bertolus. And Vale's pretty refreshed after that, so he's happy to sit down and compliment Zarasa, sorry, on like something about the beauty of the patterns of your fur.
Thanks.
Oh, don't mind him. He's always like that.
Yeah, interesting group you have here.
Tell me about it.
If we had
He,
the time, I would ask you how you came together, but I do not know how much time we have.
Yeah, we don't have enough time to go into the nuts and bolts of that long story.
We don't? What are we doing next?
Mostly just waiting, but well, you know me. If I go into a long-winded explanation, it's going to take hours.
Okay, yes, but what are we waiting for?
Well, we're waiting for Wynn to come back from the island of magical enlightenment.
Gotcha,
Whatever.
gotcha.
She's going to learn how to be a sword singer.
Yeah, I don't know if she mentioned, but I think the assumption was that you were staying the night here.
Oh, okay, cool.
They were going to go out there and stay.
I guess we
Would it
should
help
make sure
if I
camp's
just-
set up and.
Would it help if I just like floated in the water the rest of the night? I mean,
I mean, if you want to soak in there longer, bud, I go for it.
It's like Epsom
it does
salts.
feel a little weird.
Don't worry about it. If there's trouble, I'm sure that I'm more than capable of handling it. And if I'm not, well, you should be able to get to shore and help me. Also, Zaras has offered his assistance if anything happens, so honestly, we need you in top condition.
I mean, I feel mostly okay.
Well, I'd rather have you be at peak physical condition. Mostly because you're really useful at keeping the rest of us alive.
Yeah.
And the better
Fun
you're
job,
able to
that.
do that, the better it is for the rest of us.
I tried to spread out the damage last time, but Bertilis kept jumping in the way.
Right. It's like I could have taken that hit, but you decided to take it yourself.
Could you have?
50-50.
Well, if there's nothing too exciting going on here other than like, and Zarusa doesn't seem particularly chatty, I'll go like wander along the shore of the Oasis to look for interesting things like, sparkly rocks, strangely colored snakes, those things.
Roll a perception.
Strangely colored snakes. Ooh, look at this pretty red and yellow snake.
I got good. 3.
You were wandering around, noting that the water's pretty shallow here, pretty clear, and it is a beautiful sight. And you notice what looks like a fish, just one fish, kind of swim past, and swear to God, it changes colors.
Well, that's something that deserves further attention. I will attempt to follow the fish by shore until I have to go into the water.
So you follow it for a little ways. It doesn't go too far out away, but you're able to kind of start wading in towards the water. The fish does not spook. It kind of darts one direction and back the other way. And as you're starting to sploosh into the water, it seems to have noticed you. And changes color again and is blending in with the sand underneath. It's hard to keep track of.
Sweet.
What do you do? You gonna catch it? You gonna?
I don't think I want to catch it. But I'm kind of curious if there are any other fish like it around. Is it all by itself?
You look around. It's the only one that you see.
So after I've had a chance to kind of look at it and all of that, I'm gonna go back now that I have a story to tell them.
I'll join Vale on his return to the group.
Were you watching him, perhaps?
Yep.
Creep.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
As you're on your way back, Neo steps out of the trees and...
Oh, hi, Niolilphaneth. Did you see this fish? It's pretty awesome. It's a beautiful thing of nature or something. Changes color a lot.
Huh. I can't say I've heard of such a thing. I did wonder what you were doing in the water.
Do you want to see? I turn around.
Sure.
I will attempt to find fish again.
I will watch this child attempt to find a fish again and get more joy out of it than I probably should.
Roll perception. Again.
This is what fishing is like.
And actually, Neo, roll perception as well.
All right.
Nice.
Equal.
You kind of go back to where you were. You kind of sploosh around in the water a little bit, looking for where the fish may have been. And unfortunately, you come up empty-handed. Or empty-eyed.
I think the appropriate term is wet.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Oh, well. Must be a crafty fish.
Must have swum off. I suppose if these waters are magical, it would make sense that things that live here are a little bit enchanted.
That would make sense. Do you happen to feel the magic of the lake? Or the oasis? Is it restoration, or I don't know how far your goddess granted powers go?
Casey, obviously I have seen Bertolus get a little bit better, so I know something's up, but...
Yeah, you definitely feel something, though, if you're, I don't know, Vale strikes me as maybe the type of person who would feel it, be like, oh yes, there is a explanation, but I would say that you're not 100% sure what the magic is, or you don't have any extra senses that you are, certainly aware of.
Well, I can feel the magic here, but I guess I'm not sure of the source.
Interesting.
Oh no, you might have to ask Razor.
Well, thank you, Vale. This was entertaining.
Well, it does seem like we have an opportunity to enjoy ourselves for a moment, which is an important thing on a quest like this, where so much of it is trekking across hot deserts and trying to survive being chopped apart by strange mechanical devices.
Yes, an opportunity for fun. Definitely don't look up in Zarasa's direction and then look back at the lake.
Cool.
Or the oasis.
do you roll me another set of perception checks?
Boy, oh boy. Did we trigger it? Did we say the right thing?
I'm so confused.
Didn't do what I wanted it to do at all. We match again.
We're in sync.
Way to go.
With your powers combined.
You're good,
Oh,
but not that good.
Okay. And then I'm going to need the rest of the group to make perception checks.
oh, I can do that.
Dope.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm a little busy laying in the water.
Yeah, I'm busy.
I think the word
What,
you're looking
being
for is
drunk?
perform perception checks or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or like roll them, not make them.
I said I was looking at everything. I didn't say I was actually going to see it.
Right. There was no guarantee for that.
Okay, so Vale, you're having this conversation with Neo, and you turn and look at her just in time to see an arrow come out of the nearby trees.
God damn it.
And slam into her back. You're going to take
God damn it.
6 points.
Holy shit. What?
And your eyes trail back, Vale, to this spot, and there is there's a figure, somebody who's loading up another arrow.
So
Back
that
at the-
exceeds my physical stress by 3. Does that mean I am at mild or
You
above?
could take a moderate consequence to decrease. So a mild consequence will decrease the damage by 2. A moderate consequence will decrease it by 4, and a serious consequence decrease it by 6. Severe, serious, severe, critical.
I just got sniped. So I kind of want to go with the severe. It's
Ouch.
thematic.
And that way you end up with no stress.
Just a severe consequence.
Mm-hmm.
They're not so bad.
Yeah, Vale has kind of this look of shock as it looks like the arrow probably comes out the front too.
If it's a severe, if you want to make it a severe consequence,
There is a hole in my torso.
not fatal, but bad.
He sees the figure getting ready to run, and he makes a yell. It probably somewhat sounds like Bertolus, but maybe not all the syllables are right.
Bertle Barter!
And then he tries to grab Neo and find cover, like rush her towards cover, because I don't think there's a lot of cover around.
Mm-hmm.
So, but maybe there's a bush.
2, 1, 0.
That's concealment, not cover.
There's a tree or two.
Be clear, Vale is not clear on the difference between concealment and cover.
You may or
That's
may not
fair.
be in panic mode right now.
For the other 3 of you back at the manor, you're not. I imagine you're not all that far away, but enough that you won't immediately notice what's happening. I mean, until you'll probably hear the yell. But we're winding 30 seconds or so.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting there, I don't know, eating some food or slapping the camel in the face or having a drinking with Zarasa and perhaps swapping tales.
Right.
Do you say how you got here at all, Razor? Do you tell him?
Yeah, I'll tell him a little bit. That we're more or less questing to find some relics that are supposed to help with help fix magic or whatever. conjuration magic hasn't been working so well since the Oblivion Crisis, and we're trying to fix it. But I feel like that's more of a byproduct than the actual goal here. I think the goal is probably much bigger than that.
So you're on yourself a noble quest of sorts.
Something like that. It's a little big. Too big sometimes.
Well, I wish you the best with that.
Well, I wish you luck on your travels as well.
Thanks. Hoping my next job goes better. Assuming
Yes.
I survive the rest of this one.
Right. Well, I think running into us was a stroke of luck on your end, and possibly a stroke of luck for us as well. So,
just as you say that, an arrow goes over your shoulder and slams into the chest of, what's your name again? Zarasa.
Yeah. Arasa.
Zarasa, you're going to take 3 points, only 3 points of physical stress, not that much.
Jesus.
The arrows don't get the bonus. The bonus damage. Oh, what are you? One thing we should have mentioned. Zarasa, are you armed? Do you have a pack?
Yes.
I mean, I see your character sheet, but I don't think we mentioned it.
No, it was. I'm sure. You know, when you first saw me, I probably had the cloak kind of covering it. But as I've relaxed some here, I clearly have a bow and a quiver.
Right.
And I'm sure you've probably seen under the outer covering a few times that I am wearing a type of armor.
Mm-hmm.
As far as any other weapons, I think I would have those
Concealed?
hidden away until I needed them.
Yeah. So that hits. Oh, that only does. It's 3, but it's 3 points and it does piercing. So it's all 3 is piercing.
Okay, yeah, that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Dang arrows being all piercing.
And you turn and
stuff.
look, and in the late evening sun, it's difficult. The shadows are long. It's difficult to make out where exactly that came from. Initial reactions.
Uh,
And then you
we
hear
are under
Vale shouting off in the distance.
right.
I mean, I would
I guess just
probably
over there. Yeah.
roll backwards, draw my bow, and kind of get behind the tree and try to find out where it came from.
Yeah, take cover and cast oak flesh.
There is some frantic splashing and an attempt to run through water as I need to get to my sword and shield that's probably on the shore.
Right.
Yep. So you run over there. You're going to take cover and cast Oak Flesh on yourself. Go ahead and make your cast. And then, what was that, Zarasa? Sorry.
I roll, kind of do a roll and come up at least partially covered by the tree with my bow out and arrow knocked.
Okay. Go ahead and make
Try to find.
make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Tie is
Oak Flesh. So you got 1 above.
right.
Wait, Oak Flesh negates. Wait, is it only 1 point of magic? Is it only magic?
It should be both magic and physical.
Why would I somehow? I feel like you're right.
Right. I guess that's mostly what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Both.
sense.
So your skin kind of like hardens up as the magic kind of courses through your body. Vale, you grab and you try to move her to cover. Is that?
Yeah, that's like the first goal. Get us under cover and then see what happens after that.
So you run over. It takes some cover behind some trees. Neo, what do you do?
Ow! As long as we didn't go too deep into the water, I would probably still have my bow and arrow on me.
Yeah.
Go like no deeper than the knees.
Yeah, I assume it was just waiting.
And I'll be like, "Ow, my god!"
As you were being
pull
pulled
my bow
over,
and arrow out.
you could see where the figure was hiding.
Then I will attempt to make a shot. Attempt. But I'm good at this, so theoretically I can succeed.
Might be a bit distracting because I'm like staring at the wound in your the point of the arrow coming out of your chest, with kind of like my hands like I should do something about that, but not sure
Leave it
what.
there for now. If you pull it out, it'll bleed too much. Focus. I kind of want to tell you to go find Bertolus so that you're away from danger. I'm going to do that. Go find Bertolus. I'll be okay. Just hurry back.
Right.
Because I don't think I've seen you participate in actual combat outside of healing or being attacked so far.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 2 shifts on you. You step out, take aim, let off a shot. It hits. You got 2 shifts, so it's 2 damage plus any modifiers.
It's an iron bow with iron arrows, so I don't think I have anything extra.
Damage.
I think iron arrows are just 1 piercing.
It is indeed.
All the Excel sheets, team. All of them. Cool. I think that's it then. To the damage with those.
You might notice, it's a glass arrow sticking out of you.
Oh, shit.
You hit him. They kind of pull back behind a tree, and then there's above the tree you can see this magical kind of spiraling light that goes up into the sky, and it's not super bright, but it is. I mean, if you're standing anywhere within like a mile looking this direction, you could see this. Okay, back to the rest of the group. Zarasa, you're with your perception skill, you're able to see hiding in a spot, but thinking they're pretty well hidden. Somebody else loading another bow to fire at you.
Well, that's not a good plan. I'm going to put an arrow through him.
Do it. Yeah, they see you aiming, and they step back behind their tree, and you glances off the side. But that your arrow hitting that spot does inform Razor and Bertolas as to where that person is hiding. You also notice off in the distance the spiral light over by where Vale's shout came from. Razor.
I'm going to look over at Bertolus and tell him to find Vale now. And I will run more or less into the woods, I'm going to fire off a lightning bolt and then duck behind a tree.
Okay.
Go shock bolt.
Don't hit the water. Don't hit the water.
I'm aiming for the trees, so it's definitely not the water.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
God. So I was thinking I feel like I say this.
Mhm.
I was thinking of taking this one.
Yes,
from
you do.
Because
I know.
I
know. and
But
that's-
but I don't want a legendary. Oh, it's so
that is a juicy roll.
so juicy. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah, okay, so how much damage is that going to do?
Let's see.
I mean, you could
that
just have the
sparks?
trees explode.
Yeah.
That's going to be shock.
Blow the tree anyway.
You're going for shock, so mark off another 2 magicka.
Right. Shift
It's
steal.
3 so far.
Fire damage. Inflict mild. And hit him with dazed, I guess. So that's going to be 10
I don't know if
points?
it's with style, because with style means you rolled a 3 or a 4.
Oh, right. So yeah, it's going to be 10 points then.
All right, I'm going to compromise with you. Here's what happens.
Okay.
You go to start casting your spell, and here's a perfect. You need to take 1 mental stress from this.
Okay.
As you can feel, again, the magic slipping away from you as you're trying to get control of it. And you roll really well in this. You get a lot of energy going on this one, and it does slip out of your control a little bit. And a lot of the energy goes shooting out, arcs to the side, kind of out in the air, hits a bunch of the trees and leaves and stuff, burning them in this kind of arc. And it also kind of rebounds back into you, and you take that point of mental stress.
Right.
But some of your energy does go off to where it is, kind of wraps around the tree. You hear the guy go, "Ah!" But he does not go down.
Mm-hmm.
Bertolis, what are you doing?
I'm gonna pick up my sword and shield and dash off towards where I heard Vale calling me from.
Quickest way is to probably sploosh across the water. Or, well, I don't know if it's the quickest. The most direct route is to sploosh across the water. Otherwise, you would have to run around the shoreline.
I got a pretty cool head. I'd probably know that I should run around the shoreline, because running through water is a slow and sometimes dangerous task.
Yeah, you're out in the open. These guys are ranged.
Yeah, I gotta move fast, not slosh.
He's gonna shoot back at you.
Hit me?
No. Razor roll. I believe it's. Hold on one second.
Double check. Okay, yeah. Athletics.
Acrobatics. Yeah, not athletics. Sorry, not athletics. Acrobatics is to get out of the way skill.
Right. Ugh, nope.
That's gonna be 6. 6. Oh no. With your, and then subtract any armor and stuff off of that.
Right. So 5. I'll go ahead and take a mild consequence.
Okay. Arrowed. Yeah, some sort of mild consequence.
Yep. Arrowed.
Okay. You also notice, kind of behind in the late sun, kind of running around the corner, 3 people on horseback wearing the bandit garb that you are now kind of becoming accustomed to, charging your direction.
Damn it.
They might have a little bit of difficulty making their way through the trees and whatnot to get up close to you. You don't think they're going to be able to pull a cavalry charge right at you, but they're coming. To the other group, Neo and Vale.
Before I run towards Bertalos, I wanted to quickly stop and put one hand on Neo's shoulder and say, "Good luck," as I do a fortify on athletics, the skill to get out of the way, right?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics. We'll do that one. Yeah.
Is awesome because that's my second best skill. So, thanks for the power up, bruh. I'm gonna need it.
Well, maybe. Guess maybe I'll spend a fate point to make that work. Maybe.
Oh no.
I'm not sure I have anything relevant.
What do you got?
I guess I was born to help, and here I am, and this is attempting to help. So that'll work.
Yeah, I think so.
But that's just the basic success, though. But still, that's a +1 for scene.
Perfect.
And then I'm running towards Bertalos, which might leave me out in the open.
Are you going straight across the water or around the shoreline?
I'll assume that I start on the water and then see Bertalos not doing the water and then get out.
Cool.
I'm going to watch for where I know they are, for someone to peek over and see Vale running, and then fire at them so that they can't fire at him.
I like that. Do you want to make it a sneak attack as well, or like you don't?
Is that a thing that I can do?
You would need a stunt.
Yeah, I don't have a stunt for that.
Yeah, somebody might have a stunt for that.
Gee, I wonder who that might be.
Wonder who?
No. But I do have the aspect I spy, so if it's terrible, I will spend a fate point to make it not terrible.
So roll perception. Basically, this will give you a boost. I think I like the strategy. I like the thinking that you're using Vale as bait. So give me a roll. See if you can pull it off.
All right. Ugh, Jesus. Should I re-roll? Math is always very hard.
You have to question yourself. Am I going to give it to you on a 2?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're going to give it to me on a 2.
Yeah.
I risk doing significantly worse.
You could do worse. I mean, you rolled a -2, which is right there on the line of whether or not you re-roll.
Let's give it a shot. I'm supposed to be good at this.
Because you could do
Let's see if
significantly
fate thinks I am. Fate mildly agrees. Could have just spent it on the... It's fine. I'm trying here.
Right.
So Vale goes running off, and you're like, shit. And you grab your arrow, you're trying to get ready. The arrow goes shooting out first before you're able to stop him. But after they shoot the arrow, they stand there for just a split second to see where their arrow went. Instead of just firing and ducking back down, they fire and stand there. And you see them. But they get their attack off.
I tried for you, Vale.
Vale, roll acrobatics.
Is he in my zone?
Fine.
Could I do a leaping dive trying to protect him?
Can you take another arrow?
Oh yeah, I'm good to go.
Oh my goodness. The true tank.
Spend a fate on that.
Just not going to let me hurt Vale at all.
Nope.
All
He sure isn't.
right, so
What, Vale, roll at acrobatics anyway. I want to see.
Okay, here we go.
Aha, I would have.
Cool.
Okay, now you can do your thing.
all right, so is this this is an acrobatics, right?
For you with your shield, you can.
Oh, I guess I'm just trying to catch it on my shield, aren't I?
Yep.
I would assume. Are you trying
Yeah,
to
that makes more sense.
headbutt the
You're
arrow?
gonna block it with your body? Oh.
Okay, God, I always
Shields
feel bad
are-
when I roll this.
Yeah, block the arrow with your face.
It's a classic
my
strategy.
Is my shield less effective right now?
No. No, we passed that. I mean,
Okay.
it's got a hole in it, small hole. I suppose. There's,
all right.
There's like
If they
a
do
1
really good, they could thread the needle and just slam you in the chest again.
Okay,
That
well
was
I
real
rolled
fun last time.
I rolled a 7.
So you're Vale, you're running. And Neo, you're trying to set it up. Maybe it's got some issue with your arrow, or would it?
Or my arm hurts because there's a hole in
Yeah,
my
and you're like, ugh. And you see them step forward. Arrow fires. Vale, you turn and look, and you're like, ah! And then you hear clong as Bertolesque, like jumping through the air, catches it just in the nick of time. The arrow goes deflecting off to the side, and Bertolesque lands on the ground right in front of you. To the other group, he's gonna shoot. No, it's your turn. Yeah, you first, Zarasa.
Should be able to see him.
Yeah, there's
I've
there's a
created
little bit of
some-
fire, and there's some light.
I've created some sufficient light for you.
And the tree that he's
yeah.
hiding behind is less. It looks less sturdy. He might, in fact, he
on fire
very well
seems-
might be repositioning.
Yeah, being on fire seems like a thing I don't want to go get involved with. So I think I'll just, if I can see him, I'm going to try to put an arrow through him. Maybe hit him this time.
Yeah, do another arrow.
Better.
Damn.
Better.
Okay, so that's 6 shifts, right?
Yep.
And then add any modifiers.
The bow does 3 damage, and it's got 3 penetration.
Oh, this is the guy that already got. He goes down.
Good. Taking 2 shots sucks.
Oh wait, Neo, did I have you shoot your bow?
Nope.
Roll your attack. Sorry about that.
There's a lot going on right now.
There sure is.
Yeah, I might see a colored fish any second.
Do I add anything to my roll for him standing up, trying to see
Yeah,
if he
you
hits?
get a free +2.
Ooh.
Right.
Fucking fate dice, please. Why? Why?
Did you include that?
I
number?
did. Yep.
I'm assuming with the 6. Oh yeah, so you got 5 shifts on that one, and it's just the 5 damage with 1 point of penetration.
Yep.
So,
But hey, if I get real desperate, I have a glass arrow in my body that I can just yoink out and use. It's just gonna hurt a lot.
A lot might be an understatement.
I'd rather not.
That's if you stay conscious enough to pull it out and use it.
so you hit him like right in the arm, and he yelps, and then ducks down behind, and will attempt to make another sneak check.
Fair enough.
Back. So your arrow flies true. Zarasa hits the guy, takes him down. He falls, collapses on the ground.
And then I'm gonna try to blend into the trees and hide. And
Yeah, make a
plan my
sneak.
next move.
Yeah, make a sneak check. And then Razor, you can see the 3 horsemen approaching.
Okay. Shit.
Whew, this is not the 4 horsemen.
So
Oh, that's
yeah,
terrible.
I'll tell Zarasa to Zarasa, help the others. As I stroll forward, and I just basically start muttering to myself as like, this has to work, this has to work, this has to work.
I think I'm going to spend a fate on that and re-roll that because that's terrible. I'll tag by the time you see me, it's already too late.
Mm-hmm.
So they are going to see you, but it's just going to be too late.
That's better. Right?
And I know we haven't really fleshed this out a lot, but I want to try and do chain lightning on these 3 horsemen charging us.
We're allowed to spend fate points on other people's stuff, right?
You can, yep.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to donate a fate point to that.
To the chain lightning?
On the horseman, yep. That would be very nice to have that succeed.
Oh, you don't trust that I can take them?
Oh no, you're doing great.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. What level of spell is it?
That should be the next tier, the 3rd tier. Because that's kind of the progression.
Yeah. So it'll take you 3. So it's 3
It'll take
magicka.
3
So that's 6 magicka that you've.
Yep. Which will leave me with 1 point left.
Burning through those.
Yep. Well, kind of have to, because we're going to die otherwise. So yeah, I'll try that.
Make your roll.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? Since it is evening. It is evening, so I'm going to tag Child of Azura to give me a +2.
And I gave you a fate point.
Nice.
You've been drinking, right?
I have been drinking. I could tag Charming Drinker too, if you want.
No.
That's an aspect for you? I haven't experienced that yet.
Because I've only used it once. And that was back when we were in town at the pub. Gathering info, as it were.
Okay, yeah. All right, so you step forward, bust out the magic.
Right.
This large thing of lightning arcs between the 3 of them. Starts shocking them. They are pretty good on. They do a good job riding their horses. They hold on to their reins, and they actually keep plowing ahead. But you don't feel
right.
You don't no negative consequences there. They just rolled well in their defense.
Right. Good enough.
But you hit all 3 of them. All right,
Nice.
so they charge in. Like they can't all like maneuver properly as they get into the ground is a lot softer here. So only 2 of them are going to actually be able to attack you.
Okay.
And roll. Acrobatics are one-handed. If you can pull out your sword and.
Right. Do have one-handed, which is much better. Yeah, I'll pull out the sword.
Make 2 defenses.
Ugh. I'm not particularly good at hand-to-hand for obvious reasons.
Sorry, buddy.
Wait. Hold on. Sorry. You got a 6, but then you had 2 fate points spent on that.
Yeah.
So it boosted to a 10.
Yeah.
And that was just because we both spent fate points on that.
Right. Yeah, I roll a 6 without spending fate points. For lightning, specifically.
Never mind. They are a lot more hurt.
Oh, okay. Well, yay!
They are not looking good when they come riding up to you. They're all like sizzled, and they're like looking around like, where's everybody? So they come riding in, and 2 of them are gonna attack you. The other one looks around, sees the dead guy over that you've already dealt with, and turns around and starts galloping away as the other 2
Yeah,
swing at
that's
you.
perfect.
Okay. So you're gonna take. Let's see. You got a.
Yeah, I didn't. Not too hot on the defense rolls there.
4, 5, 6. So you're gonna take 6 and 4 separately.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and take a moderate and a severe.
Ooh.
They do not like your lightning, good sir.
No, they don't.
Ouch. But they don't look too hot.
Right.
Okay, Neo.
Well, Vale is with Bertilus now, which is what I wanted.
Yep, you seen Bertolas getting up off the ground, bringing up his shield. Once again.
And the Pillar of Light is still doing its thing.
It's fading and like falling to the ground, kind of sparkling like a
All right.
flare.
Crazy. That's good to know.
Pudge.
I have no social skills, or I would try shouting at them to make them leave. But I know what I'm about. So I'm gonna try and snippety snipe the dude on the ridge again, because I'm pretty sure he's still alive. So I'm gonna wait until he peeks over the rise again with an arrow ready.
So he's hiding. So roll a perception again.
I think I know what skill I'm going to increase next time we get the opportunity.
It's a good one.
Perception?
Dang it. Yes. We'll put an I Spy into that. Trying to do my assassin-y-like job. So that'll be a 4.
So your eyes keeping them on the looking for any movement, and you see a couple of branches kind of move and a figure just kind of slide across the shadows.
All right. That sounds good enough for me. Oh, superb.
Hey.
Hey.
It's another 3 shifts with 1 piercing. You hear a thud in the kind of fleshy, maybe even a little bit of a cracking noise as it strikes off of his bone. And you see him stand up, and he just turns and runs.
Hold on. I have to roll a
limp.
d4 for no particular reason.
What?
Don't worry about it. Fucking awesome. I take off after him, bow and arrows in hand. I'm gonna try. I'm not super good at that.
Bertolus, Vale. You hear another twang over to the side, and then you see Neo start chasing after this dude.
Tell Bertolus, she's hurt. I'm not sure she should do that.
The moonlight glints off an arrow coming through my chest.
Yo, we gotta regroup.
I don't know if she
And then
should do this.
I'm gonna grab Bale and like hustle him towards Razor.
Yeah, I'm just letting that happen.
I'll try to get over there in time to do something, but I'm probably just gonna be running.
It's fine. Keep going, man. You're doing good. You're doing great. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to do.
Cool. Then I think we can... Do we need any rolls on that? I don't think so. Come back to Razor. And Zarasa.
I'll
Zarasa
get your
first.
name right eventually.
Yeah, Zarasa can go first.
I always, in my mind, I always hesitate on Razor and Vale for some reason, because the AY in my mind gets stuck, and I'm like, you're Razor.
Vaser. And Rail.
But yeah, Zarasa.
Okay, so there were
You're
two,
hiding.
one turn and fled, right?
Yep.
Because they got hit with chain lightning and didn't appreciate it.
Do the two that are still here, does it look like Razor and it looks like a couple other people are coming up? Do I think they might have that, or not? Because what I really want to do is not let the other guy get away.
Well, you've seen Razor do some pretty cool stuff with magic just now.
Right.
You don't know how much more of that he's got, and he's been sliced now twice, pretty heavily. Bertolus and Vale are on their way. They'll be here shortly. Yeah, I mean, they're probably going to be able to take them, though. They're not. They're going to have another round of slicing at Razor, or Razor might take them down. I don't know. You could wait. We could do Razor's turn first, and then you could decide, I guess.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. With kind of just watching and see, because the other guy's not out of range yet. So
Cool. Razor.
So yeah, I've got basically the way I'm imagining this as I'm been slashed and hurt. I've probably got one guy who got severely the severe injury. I've got him. I've basically grabbed the sword and I'm holding it as it's like cutting my hand to shit.
He's trying to like yank his sword back out, slowly slicing.
Right, as I'm holding on to it as tight as I can while he's trying to yank it back, and I'm just gonna. I ask for the blessings of this for this child of Azura, and I'll activate my defense of the ancients racial ability.
Oh, hey, we finally get to do it. Perfect timing.
Cloak myself in fire and burn these guys.
Fuck you!
I am running that direction, but maybe not for long.
Oh boy.
Those poor horses.
The horses always pay the heaviest price of war.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
which way I'm definitely leaning
So,
now.
did we go? We ended up with the Ancestor Guardian.
Yeah. Which is just basically the burning shell spell for
Yeah.
the most part.
So, like coming out of Razor's, like the top of his back and his kind of head is first it looks like flames, and then this creature looking thingy, wraith almost, sort of flies out and in a swoop around him with slashing, flaming, thin arms. What's your, how many, let's see, we're at a, what refresh are we at? We're at 3 or 4? 4?
4. We have
I
4
believe.
total.
Yeah, 4.
This kind of ring of flames kind of gets pushed out from beside you as this thing comes out, and they hits the two guys. They get enveloped in the flames. One of them screaming and slow, kind of rides off towards the trees, smacks into a branch, falls off his horse. The other one climbs off and runs over to the water and slides in time to die, and he floats there. All right, so Narasa, the other one's getting away.
Okay, well that makes that choice easy. I'm gonna
Get him!
Oh boy.
Wow.
Just as Bertolus and Vale stop as they see Razor burst into flame. You just hear Vale go, wow.
What?
Well, I got a 3. If that's not high enough, I'll do something about that.
He's trying to actively defend himself. That hits with 1 shift. Plus bonuses, which I think is going to be enough. And you're attacking from stealth, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So the bow does.
That's dagger.
Oh god, we're seeing his character
Oh,
sheet.
sorry. It's okay.
Quick, look at his character sheet. Man, he's good at acrobatics.
I think he might be higher level than us, team.
Yeah,
I don't know what
Hey,
would give me that impression.
7 more sessions and I get a skill at 5.
Right. You guys have to wait that long to get a skill at 5? Jeez, alright.
Some of us started at 3.
I did start at 3 and I'm up to 4.
Some of us are better than others, apparently.
Look, not everybody's blown up a city, Razor.
Well, get on it.
When I kill a whole bunch of people, I'll have a high skill too.
That's why I'm so much higher level, is because I grinded an entire city for XP.
Peasants may not
I
be
mean,
worth much, but if you
classic-
get enough of them,
Classic Elder Scrolls.
Right. If you kill enough of them, you'll level up those skills. I'm just
Oh,
imagining
boy.
Razor waking up from his coma and then tugga. Your destruction spell has reached 100. Oh, shit.
Yeah. So if the extra 3 with a 3 penetration is enough and he dies, great. Otherwise, I'll spend a fate point on that.
Yeah. That's enough. He's already quite hurt.
Kind of what I was guessing.
So your arrow takes him down.
Excellent.
Kind of rides a little bit further with the arrow sticking out of him, and then Neo, you're chasing. You're chasing.
damn. Give him that kill shot, baby. If I kind of crest where the dip ends up so I can see where he's running to, do I see anything innately alarming? Like more people? Cool. Then we are going to try and kill him. And just to try and be sure, I will spend my final fate point for Hunter of Hearseen. Guide my arrow true.
Well, so he's running. You kind of come up, look around, see that he's just starting to get into the actual desert part, and he's just still going. And you take your moment, set up the shot. Clip, falls to the ground in a heap.
And it all goes quiet.
And then there was silence.
Yo, what was that, Razor?
Razor currently basically falls to his knees and just kind of like slumps over for a bit as this flaming thing just kind of surrounds him and stays there for a while.
I approach, but then I'm like,
And this flaming thing just sort of looks at you and is just like ready to kick more ass if it comes.
Does it look sentient?
Sort of, yeah. I mean,
I mean,
that's the way I imagine it.
He needs to get in that water, yo.
It's like sentient
nod.
fire. At a certain point, the fire will die down, and eventually, just sort of like steam and smoke will rise from Razor as he's like kneeling down on the ground, labored breathing.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna roll you into the water here, Razor. So don't conjure that thing again, okay? And I start pushing him into the water.
Since it looks like there isn't any more threat at this point, Vale will start wandering off in the direction of Neo.
Vale, would you?
He's hurt. We got to get her to the water. She might be like passed out behind a bush, dying or something.
I come out of the woods and say, there was a signal sent. There may be more.
Hey, Zarasa, I gotta go follow that one. Would you make sure he doesn't drown in this water?
Sure.
Yes, we're trusting him.
Sure.
Well, I'm not gonna send Zarasa after Vale.
I'll make sure this person who is clearly basically an adult doesn't drown in the water like a child.
Well, you're pretty hurt.
I think we're assuming you're more injured than you are, Razor.
Oh yeah, no, I'm basically like not even conscious at this point. Like I'm breathing and I'm kneeling, and that's about all you can expect from responses for me at this point as I'm bleeding.
Oh, now we can see Discord.
Oops, sorry. I forget that happens.
Oops.
It's like this it's like I just gotta not touch main screen. I saw a notification. I was like, oh, I'll click on it.
Yeah, click on it. Ooh, piece of candy.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna run off after Vale.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on Razor and also attempt to start taking the stupid arrow out of myself. Yeah, out of myself.
Out of myself.
Irish cuisine.
I didn't realize there were Irish cuisine, but
Apparently
damn,
so.
there should be. I demand you start calling me Boyo.
Clearly, the arrow was poisoned with like an Irish poison, or like a cursed were Irish thing going on.
Were Irish.
It's not as bad as were Scottish, but it's pretty bad.
It's still pretty bad.
Start
On the
dancing
full
a jig and
moon.
want some drink.
You start having a jig and drinking the county dry.
all right, Vale Bertolas, you run off. You find Neo. What are you doing?
Standing at the edge, staring out at the horizon, debating with myself whether I want to go and try and get that guy's gear because he shot me with a glass arrow and it hurt a lot. But also he shot me with a glass arrow and I hurt a lot.
Hey, Neo. That looks real bad.
You've had worse. Those
Sure.
hurt.
Maybe.
but can't really leave that in there.
No,
It-
you're right.
Luckily, we are near some healing waters, I say encouragingly.
What was with that light in the sky?
I believe that was a flare. They've let more know where we are.
Oh,
I've only seen them. I've only seen a flare once before, and it didn't end well. And this, I'd say, gingerly touching the arrow poking out of my chest, is much higher quality than anything we have.
think that dude has more?
Oh, yes. Ow, laughing hurts.
Hey, Vale,
Even derisively.
Why don't you take her to the lake and I'll be back in a minute.
If he has a bow and arrow, you should grab that for me. But be careful. We don't know where the others are, and the group was mounted.
I'll be quick.
Okay. And I'll lean on Vale a little bit as I allow the pain to finally hit.
Yeah, we'll head to the healing oasis right directly. And then once we're there, I'll roll some medicine thing to try and take the arrow out the best way. Admittedly, the best way, as far as I'm concerned, is going to be breaking the head off.
Well, we're not a healing oasis. If you can pull it out intact and I not die immediately, we should do that. Because I have thoughts about that arrow.
Yeah, go ahead. It's like a medicine roll is scholarship. Bertilis, you run over to the dead guy
Yeah.
to look at his stuff, to grab his arrows. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll check out his I'm probably just gonna grab his what are those called? Quiver? I'm gonna grab his quiver. I'll grab his bow. Just take a real quick peek to see, like, it's got a coin purse, sweet looking dagger, sweet looking sword, anything like that.
It's got you got a steel dagger, a steel bow, and glass arrows.
I probably won't even spend the time to get that dagger. I'll just take the
Wearing leather
bow
armor.
and the. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend the time to strip some dude down.
No money though. You don't see any coin purse.
Yeah, then I'll just take the bow and the arrows and skedaddle.
Okay.
Thank you.
While they're off doing their thing, once I'm sure that Razor's not drowning in this puddle of water, I'll probably go look at these attackers and see what I can find out.
Sure. So you recognize them as some of the who you had encountered earlier. And certainly you think if these 5 had found you alone, this might have been different. I mean, you maybe would have been able to pull it out and stay away from them or hide or get away, but ganging up on you. Luckily these others were here. Were you looking for anything particular
I'm sure I think I would have made it.
Yeah.
What was that?
Are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just gonna go through their stuff?
No, I was just verifying who they were, and if I check out one of the other archer and he's got the glass arrows away, I will probably grab his quiver because more arrows are useful for everybody.
Yep, glass arrows, steel bow. The other guys have.
I'll grab the bow too. I've seen what Neo has for a bow, right? So if this is better, I will grab it. Otherwise, I'll just get the arrows because hell, it's good for me too. So people better armed is better for me.
They have chain armor The three bandit guys. They have chain armor and iron longswords.
I'm just gonna leave those there for now. I don't need any of that.
Okay. Eventually, Neo, Bertolus, and Vale come back. With Vale doing some medicinal stuff on Neo. Might even be able to help you out a bit. But yeah, you guys all get back together.
And to be clear, I spent the fate point so that I could pull the arrow out, like, intact.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, you're able to get it out.
Which probably causes some more bleeding, but we're in the pool at the time, so...
Oh yeah, take a point of physical stress then, Bodhi.
Yep. Ow. Worth it.
It's not too bad.
It is not always going to be the case that material gains are worth physical pain. But today, here's a glass arrow.
Thanks. Unique circumstance, as I immediately dip my chest hole in the water and start drinking this probably kind of now bloody Oasis water.
Right.
Yeah, it's clearly bloody Oasis water. I suppose to answer Bertolus's question as he asked it, I wasn't quite conscious for it, but no, it's a special ability Dark Elves have to call upon their ancestors for help.
I've never seen it in person before. I'm sad I missed it. I hear it's quite spectacular.
It was certainly impressive.
Wow,
Our
it was something.
our ancestors protect us, which is why we honor our elderly and ancestors.
Razor, is your like mostly in the water, sitting there, maybe talking to them? You swear, or maybe this is why they were still off. They hadn't come back yet. You swear there's a fish that comes swimming up, just out of arm's reach, and it changes a couple of colors, looks like it's examining you, and then swims off.
At which point I will randomly just be looking in the water and just say beautiful.
He's lost a lot of blood, I see.
Is Vale infecting you?
No, I saw the most beautiful fish I've ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that earlier too. It's quite something. I think there's clearly something magical about it as well.
Well, it's no surprising that you saw it.
Think they'll taste good? I'm kind of hungry.
I don't usually glare at people, but I'll glare at you for that. It's probably pretty close to causing physical pain.
Jeez, all right. And I sheepishly hand over a quiver full of glass arrows.
Oh,
You're
thank
welcome.
Is it like
Start buckling that on.
Aristotle thought you could something about looking at people? It was the Greeks. Never mind. I don't remember enough details about it.
If looks could kill.
Mm-hmm. So you patch up your wounds as best you can. You guys hang out in the water. So go ahead, remove your physical stress, or regain your physical stress. And for those of you bathing in the waters, you can remove one consequence.
I'll actually spend this time. I'll get on my horse and I'll kind of patrol around the outside of the oasis.
Sure.
I think I'm just gonna degrade, if this is all right with you, DM. Degrade my severe to a mild, So I don't know. It feels weird to have just a severe
Sure.
consequence go away like that.
I'm down for that.
Just have everything go to a lower consequence.
Yeah, how about let's do that? That's a good idea.
No takesies backsies. I already got rid of my moderate.
All right,
Once it gets
so,
to mild, I can fix it later.
So no takesies backsies, but your severe goes down to a moderate. There you go. How about, oh yeah. If you have a severe, it goes down to a moderate. If you have a moderate, it goes away. There we go.
Could we then have severe go to mild?
Oh, fucking fine. Yeah, okay, it goes down by 2 levels. Yeah, that's more consistent and fair.
Thanks, DM. Everything hurts.
Um,
I'm gonna turn a critical look to Zarasa. Who were you sent out here for?
See any harm in telling you who that now, since we have clearly worked together. I was hired to take out a member of a group. I don't know if you've heard of them, the Morag Town.
You
Oh.
were hired to take out a member of the Morag Town.
Yes.
All right. My bearing immediately becomes more casual towards him.
The Morag Tong are the people that have been chasing us.
One of them.
Then, yeah, I checked these attackers out. They are clearly the ones that I have seen as well. So, I mean,
Yeah,
it's at least good to know that there's not 2 groups coming. Although I suspect another group of them will show up, given the signal flare.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Well, I suppose we should start keeping watches then. I don't know if we can navigate the desert tonight. This at least is defensible. There's trees, bridges. It's a delightful pool for when we eventually get shot again.
it's a great place to get severely wounded. We should do it more often.
What a swell place to have an ambush.
I mean, you're not
6
wrong. It is
pointer.
very, very useful.
Yep.
Well, I will spend the rest of the remaining light, since it looks like Neo's not going to die, and nor is Razor for that matter. That I will, or that other Zarusa. I'm going to go just fish watching.
Nice. Well, we're getting close to 8 o'clock. We still have time, but we're basically getting towards the end here. You guys just are gonna wait until Wynn and Naomi and Dulavir
Ready to
show
go.
up. They do
Yep.
not come back that night. And you do have more time to kind of talk and like what's your plan, Zarasa? I mean,
You mean like for in the morning?
yeah.
Well, if we're not still being attacked, my plan is to start making my way home. I guess not necessarily the correct word, but it fits.
Before he leaves, at some point during the night when we're keeping our watches, I would approach Zarasa. Friendly. Mostly. It occurs to me that if you weren't what I know you are, we probably could get along quite well. So I would ask that when you report back, try to fudge the details on our descriptions a little bit, I would thank you, as would most of them, and hopefully we'll never have to see each other again.
I can do this. I have no reason to report you to anybody, so I have no problem with this.
That's it. Actually, I'm going to gift you with a vial of weak poison. Then I will have none left, but that's okay.
I will accept that and give you some of the glass arrows out of the acquired quiver.
Hey, thanks.
I'll definitely make it a point to go up to Zarasa and thank him for his assistance. It was much appreciated.
You as well. I think I could have survived that, but it was much easier with help.
As it usually is. Good luck to you in your travels.
And you on your quest.
Hope it's easier for you than us right now.
Well, here's hoping.
Always
Dawn,
appreciated that about the Khajiit.
Yeah.
Super upfront about just about everything, and yet everyone finds him super untrustworthy. I don't get it.
So wait,
As
did you get the
a
guy you
Dunmer, I
came
can definitely
for?
appreciate cunning. Well, he definitely got something out of it, but I don't know if it was his target in particular.
I mean,
But
he's still there.
yeah, if you want to ask him, ask him.
Hey, Zarasa,
Yes.
you were sent to get someone. Did you get him?
I did.
All right. Wonder what that kind of work pays. Anyway.
Very well, if rumors are to be believed.
I'm sure you wouldn't know anything about that, Niolilphaneth.
More than you might think. Or less, depending. With
Wait,
you, I think it's less.
Less than you might think.
More than I thought.
More, but definitely more than Bertolus thought. So
I think you guys all have a pretty good idea of. You're right on the nose with how much Vale thought.
right. Oh, Vale, you beautiful bastard.
Flash blue.
Yeah, Zarasa, you may have noticed that Vale is carrying a what do you call it? A cylinder, like scroll case, and there's something weird about this group here. They just see they're hodgepodge group of folks who
It's a definitely odd combination.
got ambushed, got the drop on them from. I mean, you're guessing these weren't particularly highly skilled assassins. You may be guessing they were more initiates. But they still got the drop on them, and these guys came out on top. Not one of them died.
Just got a little sketchy for at least two people.
It's close, but you saw some. So there's you know there's something here, something special, and yeah. Dawn, when dawn comes, you part ways.
I suspect so.
Do you take one of their horses? One of the bandits' horses?
I mean,
Yeah, one of the
probably-
slightly electrocuted ones.
Yeah.
Probably the fastest way to travel, so I would probably do that.
One of the
Makes a
less
difference.
zappy ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you fill up your water and ride out into the sunrise, or maybe you start before even dawn even happens because it's the desert after all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. You don't want to ride up into the sunset. That's weird.
Yeah. And then at some point, Wynn and Naomi and Dulavir, you guys are unaccosted by any other groups that night. And you can see coming out of the bushes, looking maybe a little dazed, is Wynn, Dulavir, and Naomi. And with that, we'll call it a night. That's what I got. Next game will be three weeks from now. But we're making progress.
Next weekend is good old OrcaCon.
Mm-hmm. OrcaCon. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. We should be getting close. Either one or two more sessions in this chapter ish, maybe. Depends on how things go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, next time we'll venture to one of the havens and see if we can find the Song of Life. Thanks for the people on joining, and thank you all for being way active on chatting back and forth with one another. It's always fun to actually read those after the fact. So thanks. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Hey.
Happy New Year.